Hey guys, this is WTPU here, and welcome to the long-awaited 5th installment of WTPU, aka What the Pickup? Yeah, it's been a long time since I posted an episode of this show because, you know, I have been busy with my classes at college, my part-time job, as well as working on other videos on this channel, particularly on the SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions YouTube channel. But nevertheless, I am here for another episode for you guys to watch because you guys have been patient for so long, so I might as well give you what you want. So, nevertheless, let's go ahead and get started with this new episode. Now, as you may recall in the last episode, I talked about the Bachmann H.O. Thomas & Friends Red Coaches, which is a good addition to my Bachmann and Hornby Thomas collection. So if you want to check that out, click right here, that'll take you to the last episode. Yeah, I know, this is a real gimmick for every single episode of What the Pickup now. So I'm not going to stop unless you click on to the last episode. But seeing as how you've already seen the last 4 episodes, let's go ahead and get started with this episode. Now for this episode, rather instead of talk about a certain item that I have gotten recently, I've decided to talk about a little gift that someone has made for me not too long ago while I was on vacation. But I might as well go ahead and give you guys a full story on this. Now, as you guys may not recall if you haven't been kept up on my social media sites such as Facebook, Pinterest, my Blogspot, and Google+, I went on vacation to a certain little town called Cape May, New Jersey, and believe it or not, I actually got to meet up one of my YouTube friends in person, and that being John McDowell, also known as Trainboy54, and I gotta say, I had a really fun time down in Cape May, and it was really great to see him. And believe it or not, I even got the opportunity to check out his Tomy and TrackMaster collection and layout while I was there, apart from, you know, a lot of stuff that I went down there, such as I went out whale watching, but sadly I never saw any whales. I only saw dolphins. And of course I even went parasailing, which is really, really fun. But nevertheless, and I think for most of the majority of that weekend is just me and John hanging out as usual, and we even got to do some playing around at the Family Fun arcade where his dad works. So, nevertheless, and believe it or not, I think seeing of how he knew I was coming to Cape May on vacation, I think believe it or not, he actually made a certain gift of mine as a welcome to Cape May gift for me, and I might as well show it to you guys right now, and that of course being, well, right inside this, Red vs. Blue, Tomy and TrackMaster Red vs. Blue, Thomas box, is, many different variations of me as a Thomas and Friends character, and believe it or not, he, told me, while I was on vacation that he was thinking of, mailing it out to me, but I immediately, decided that I was gonna take this thing home with me, and and it would be something that I would cherish. So, yeah, and he was all right with that, and he's been asking if I can cover this for an episode of What the Pickup. Well, John, if you're watching this, you are getting what you want, man. So, how did these variations of me as a Thomas and Friends character hold up? Well, let's not waste any more time, and let's take a look at them. Alright guys, I have gotten the box with many different variations of me as a Thomas and Friends character in it, so yeah, and I gotta say with what I'm getting so far, I think this does look pretty nice, and I think I shall make this one thing perfectly clear. I don't have a Red vs. Blue Thomas model at the moment, but yeah, I think I can do recall it actually does look pretty nice, but I think the box in particular, and to be fair, I am not really a big fan of the redesigned TrackMaster Thomas models. I think I'm more strict to the original versions and stuff, but yeah, with what I'm getting right now, this actually does look pretty nice, and yeah, and I think so far, I think there's only like 4 different versions of me that are in there, with the exception of one little body that he has made for me. And yeah, if you have seen most of my videos, I think I do recall that I made, back in 2010, I made a video of me as a Thomas and Friends character, but this one is a little bit different than the ones that I've been getting right now. But the version that John has made for me not too long ago actually does look pretty nice. I do admit he does have some problems every once in a while. In fact, I do know that some of his videos are have a few major issues, but I don't mind them either way. I still think some of them are good, while some of the others are a little bit decent in my opinion. But yeah, and the one thing that I absolutely love about him is that he makes really good TrackMaster and Thomas designs of his own. Like he can you know, take a certain TrackMaster Thomas item that he has lying around, and he can make it his own. And I gotta say, he really puts a lot of time and effort in some really good renditions of several different Thomas characters. And I do recall that when I was in Cape May, New Jersey, while I was on vacation, I was snooping around in his basement while I was visiting his house and stuff, when believe it or not, I actually came across the script for the Tommy and TrackMaster TNF episode that he was working on, called Diesel Helps Out. And if you guys might be watching this video right now, oh, excuse me, I have to cough. I think if you guys are watching this video right now, I think the episode will have been up on his YouTube channel, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this. So yeah, and I'm sorry if this conversation has gone on for a little bit too long. So let's go ahead and take a look to see what's inside what's inside the box. So yeah, I'll go over them one by one and see what I think of them. So yeah, let's open this thing up and see what's inside. Alright. Alright. There we go. Well, it looks like we finally got the box opened, and you can tell, I think there was like 4 or 5 different variations of me that John has made for me, oh, and I do indeed apologize if you're hearing this. I think my air conditioner has gone off, and oh, you can see it right there. Yeah, see that little air conditioner? Well, believe it or not, I just actually got this one not too long ago, and whoa, looks like it's shutting off real quick. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, I think my dad has gotten that air conditioner for me not too long ago, and I gotta say it works pretty nice, and it looks like it's I think it's right around 10:02 p.m. by the time I'm recording this. So yeah, I think I might be stalling for way too long, and oh, sorry for the wire there. That's the cord for my camera, but nevertheless, like I said before, I'm gonna go over each of these one by one to see how they hold up and stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at them. Alright, now first things first is of course me as a Thomas and Friends character in wooden railway form, and man, oh man, I am really impressed by this, and I think I do recall, I think back when I was a little kid until the early 2010s or mid 2010s, I used to collect Thomas wooden railway toys almost all the time before I eventually move on to Tommy and TrackMaster and Bachman and Hornby, and it actually does look pretty nice, and I can tell with the paint work that John has done, he absolutely did a really fine job on it, and you can tell with the lighting, I think that's a really tough job for any person creating custom model trains, is you have to get the lighting just right, and this actually does look pretty nice, and yeah, I think I have no words to say. It actually does look pretty nice, and you can tell my numbers 4427 are placed on it, and as shown as described by the me as a Thomas and Friends character picture that I have currently, but still, nevertheless, this actually does look pretty nice, and I'm really proud by this. And yeah, and oh, sorry, and I gotta say, this actually does look pretty nice. And yeah, and you can tell John has put a lot of time and effort into each of his custom models, so yeah, I think this is a good one to start off on, and let's go ahead and move on to the next one, that being me as a Thomas and Friends character in take-along form or take-and-play mode. So yeah, this one is a little bit smaller than what I normally collect. In fact, before you ask, no, I never collected any take-and-play or take-along Thomas toys when I was a little kid. I did see a few promo pics of it in certain catalogs and stuff, and yeah, I think it's pretty decent, and maybe if possible for the upcoming reboot to Thomas and Friends Island of Sort of Adventures, maybe I could either use my Tomy and TrackMaster narrow gauge engines as usual, like yeah, you get the idea. I would just use the Tomy and TrackMaster narrow gauge engines as usual, like what I'm gonna do with the reboot to Thomas and Friends Island of Sort of Adventures, except I would just green screen them to make them look like they're narrow gauge engines, or I would just use take-and-play or take-along models of them. But yeah, I'll know when I finally get the reboot underway. But still, nevertheless, I gotta say, me as a Thomas and Friends character in take-and-play or take-along form actually does look pretty nice. And again, with the lining and stuff, this is a really tough job for any person creating custom model trains and stuff. So yeah, this and I gotta say, and of course, like the wooden railway form of me, it does have 4427 on them. So yeah, this actually does look pretty nice. So yeah. Alright, and next up is me as a Thomas and Friends character in Urgle form. Now, believe it or not, I do remember as a little kid, like really little, I used to collect Urgle Thomas toys, but I don't have a really large collection. In fact, oh, excuse me, I have to cough again. I think my Urgle collection that I have is pretty small. I would have the time to show it to you guys, but oops, sorry, I bumped the camera. But yeah, I think I would possibly have time to show it to you guys, but I think it would pretty much take up the majority of the video. But I gotta say, this actually does look pretty nice, and I gotta say the face on Thomas actually does resemble the Thomas in the Classics series, and I gotta say, again, there's not much lighting on it, much like the take-and-play or take-along form of me, but the only major difference is that not only does it have 4427 on it, but it does have my name on it, and yeah, it actually does look pretty nice. And I really don't know how John actually got to measure part of the models to get these nameplates on, but maybe I should try that sometime soon. But still, nevertheless, I think me as a Thomas and Friends character in Urgle form is actually quite pretty nice, and it's really giving me the feeling of nostalgia again, just collecting not just the Urgle models, but also the wooden railway models as usual. But so yeah, this actually does look pretty good. So nevertheless, let's go ahead and get to the big guns on this one. Me as a Thomas and Friends character in Tomy and TrackMaster form. Yeah, this actually does look pretty nice, and again, I am not really a big fan of the redesigned Tomy and TrackMaster models, but I gotta say, with this one, this is absolutely one of my favorites, and yeah, this yeah, and you can tell there's a lot of detail on it, and yeah, and even though the Thomas you're seeing right now doesn't resemble the Thomas we usually see, but this actually does look pretty nice, and I can tell John has put a lot of time and effort on them. But still, I think it's not just this, but he also made another buggy for this, except it's with Tomy wheels. So yeah, I think based on what I can gather, I think he has been taking notes from a YouTuber named UC Weapon. If you haven't checked him out yet, go definitely do so. He's a really awesome YouTuber, and yeah, and he's been learning how to take Tomy wheels to input into these redesigned TrackMaster models, so that way they can just handle not just Tomy track, but also the original TrackMaster track. And but the one thing that really griped me about the new TrackMaster models is that they're just stuck in one place. And yeah, and I know with the originals that I have, they're pretty much allowed to freewheel as from what I could gather, but still, nevertheless, I think but still, that never stopped me from liking this anyway. I think I do give the people at TrackMaster credit for at least trying something new, but to me, I think they would have just gone back with the original designs for the Tomy and TrackMaster Thomas models rather than the redesigned. Whoop, sorry. Yeah, rather than the redesigned versions of these Thomas models, but still, nevertheless, we might as well see how they test up, how they hold up in a test run. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright then, guys, I have gotten the track set up as usual, and I do have the other Tomy and TrackMaster buggy for this one with Tomy wheels in the middle. But so yeah, I do indeed apologize if something's gone wrong with the footage, or or maybe not. I do, but still, I apologize if you haven't seen that. But believe it or not, I was going to disconnect the cord to my camera just so that I can just to get better shots while I'm going to run this thing. But it kind of died out on me because I haven't been using this camera a whole lot, and I usually charge it up to a full battery just in case, just for safekeeping. But still, nevertheless, I thought it makes sense if I keep the cord on the whole time, just to you know, keep the battery going. But still, nevertheless, I have gotten this track set up in preparation for this episode. So yeah, and believe it or not, I think this whoop, sorry, and believe it or not, this Thomas that John has set up for me requires some AAA batteries, and believe it or not, I actually do have some AAA batteries with me, along with a screwdriver just for safekeeping, just so that I can hook up this bad boy. So yeah, seeing of how this thing is already full of batteries, let's go ahead and give this a test run. Oh. Oh. Alright, I think it actually went pretty well. Well, okay, I think it might have stopped and gotten stuck on parts of the track, but yeah, I think other than that, the test run actually went pretty fine. So yeah, and it's still, again, this is why I'm not a big fan of the newly redesigned Tomy and TrackMaster items. I think something like this could really happen, but still, nevertheless, seeing of how we got done with these things, let's go ahead and hook up this thing. So yeah, might as well push this off to the side, and of course, just for safekeeping, we might as well import these into this. So yeah, this might take me a little while, so yeah, let's get them in there. Oh, there we go, they're finally in. So yeah, let's go ahead and unscrew this. Yeah, let's go ahead and unscrew the original versions, the newly redesigned Tomy and TrackMaster wheels. So again, this may take me a little while, so I might as well fast forward the footage. Ah, there we go. I finally managed to get them on. So yeah. So yeah, nevertheless, I finally got the other buy-in with the Tomy wheels as usual, and I'm setting aside the new TrackMaster wheels on the in the middle of the track. And before you ask, those are not the exact same batteries that I imported into this model. He actually imported them in when he made this for me. So yeah, let's go ahead and give these a test run. Oop. Oop. Well, let's see. Alright guys, I do indeed apologize for the technical difficulty there. I think the wheels might have gotten stuck in there, but so yeah, let's go ahead and give this a test run despite the fact that I unscrewed it a little. Oop. Alright guys, sorry about the technical difficulty there. I tried to screw the body onto this, but I think the wheels might have gotten stuck, so yeah, let's go ahead. Well, so yeah, let's see if we can test this thing out with no body. Well, glad to see that went pretty well. So yeah, I think that should be about it. And again, I do indeed apologize for the technical difficulties there. But still, I think again, I think I might as well take this as a lesson. Never screw one of these too tight, but might as well get them lining up on there. So yeah, but still, nevertheless, I am really impressed by this Welcome to Cape May gift that John has made for me. So yeah, John McDowell or Trainboy54, if you're watching this, thank you so much for the gift, and I really had a great time in Cape May, New Jersey. But and still, nevertheless, I think if and of course, if he's watching this video right now, if he ever decides to post another video on his channel, I think he will probably leave a link to this episode, just in case this gets uploaded. But still, nevertheless, thank you, John, for this amazing gift, and I was really impressed to hang out with you in Cape May, and who knows, maybe I might come back down there again for next year, maybe not, you never know. So yeah, and of course, and yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of What the Pickup. So, yeah, if you want to check out Trainboy54's YouTube channel, I will leave a link or an annotation somewhere in this video that'll take you there. So, yeah, guys, if you want to keep me up to date on updates, announcements, and new releases on my videos in the near future, then follow me on my social media sites such as Facebook, Pinterest, my Blogspot, and of course, Google+. So, yeah. And if you want to see more videos on this channel coming up in the near future, then feel free to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And of course, thank you guys so much for helping this channel get over 500 subscribers. I was really impressed by it. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching this long-awaited 5th episode of What the Pickup, and of course I'll see you for the next episode. Take care.